All righty, so here we go. Act one, scene one. A tempestuous noise of thunder and lightning heard. Enter the shipmaster and boatswain.
Boastful.
Here,
Here,
master.
master.
Here,
What cheer?
master. What cheer?
Scene one. A tempestuous noise of thunder and lightning heard. Enter the shipmaster and the boatswain. Master.
Bosun.
Here, master. What cheer?
Good. Good. Speak to the mariners. Fall to Yeli. We run ourselves aground. Bestir, bestir.
Hi, my hearts. Cheerily, cheerily, my hearts. Yare, yare. Take in the topsail. Tend to the master's whistle. Blow till thou burst thy wind, if room enough.
Enter Alonso, Sebastian, Antonio, Ferdinand, Gonzalo, and the others. Good boatswain, have care. Where's the master? Play the men.
I pray now, keep below. Where is the master, boatswain?
Do
you
not
not hear him? You mar our labor. Keep your cabins. You do assist the storm.
Good, be patient.
When the sea is, hence, what care these rowers for the name of king? To captain, silence, trouble us not.
Good, yet remember whom thou hast aboard.
None that I more love than myself. You are a counselor. If you can command these elements to silence and work the peace of the present, we will not hand a rope more. Use your authority. If you cannot, give thanks you have lived so long, and make yourself ready in your cabin for the mischance of the hour. If it so hap, cheerily, good hearts, out of our way, I say.
I have great comfort from this fellow. Methinks he hath no drowning mark upon him. His complexion is perfect gallows. Stand fast, good faith, to his hanging. Make the rope of his destiny our cable. For our own doth little advantage. If he be not born to be hanged, our cast is miserable.
He exits with Alonso, Sebastian, and the other courtiers. Enter the boatswain.
Down with the topmast, yare, lower, lower. Bring her to try with the main course. A plague upon this howling. They are louder than the weather or our office.
Enter Sebastian, Antonio, and Gonzalo.
Yet again, what do you do here? Shall we give o'er and drown? Have you a mind to sink?
Pox on your throat, you bawling, blasphemous, incharitable dog.
Work you then. Hang. Cut, hang, you whoreson, insolent noisemaker. We are less afraid to be drowned than thou art.
I'll warrant him for drowning, though the ship were no stronger than a nutshell and as leaky as an
Lay her a hold, set her 2 courses, off to sea again, lay her off.
Enter more mariners, wet. All is lost! To prayer! To prayer! All is lost!
What, must our mouths be cold?
A king and prince at prayers, let us assist them, for our case is as theirs.
I am out of patience.
We are merely cheated of our lives by drunkards. This wide-chopped rascal, would thou mightst lie drowning the washing of 10 tides.
He'll be hanged yet, though every drop of water swear against it, and gape at wits to glut him.
Confused noise.
Mercy on us!
Split us! We're split! Farewell, my wife and children!
Farewell, brother!
We split!
Now would I give 1,000 furlongs of sea for an acre of barren ground, long heath, brown furs, anything, the wills above be done, but I would fain die a dry death.
Enter Prospero and Miranda.
If by your art, my dearest father, you have put the wild waters in this roar, allay them. The sky, it seems, would pour down stinking pitch. But that's the sea, mounting to the welkin's cheek, dashes the fire out. Oh, I have suffered with those that I saw suffer. A brave vessel who had, no doubt, some noble creature in her, dashed all to pieces. Oh, the cry did knock against my very heart. Poor souls, they perished. Had I been any god of power, I would have sunk the sea within the earth, or ere it should the good ship so have swallowed, and the frauding souls within her.
Be collected, no more amazement. Tell your piteous heart there's no harm done. No,
Oh, oh, woe the day!
no harm. I've done nothing but in care of thee, my dear one, thee, my daughter, who art ignorant of what thou art, not knowing of whence I am, nor that I am more better than Prospero, master of a full Porcel, and thy no greater father.
More to know did never meddle with my thoughts.
'Tis time I should inform thee farther. Lend thy hand, and pluck my magic garment from me. So, lie, my art, wipe thine eyes, have comfort. The direful spectacle of the rack, which touched the very virtue of compassion in thee, I have with such provision of my art, so safely ordered that there is no soul, no, not so much perdition as a hair, betide to any creature in the vessel, which thou heardst cry, which thou sawest sink. Sit down, for thou must now no farther.
You have often begun to tell me what I am, but stopped and left me to a bootless inquisition, concluding, stay, not yet.
Well, the hour is now come. The very minute bids thee ope thine ear, obey, be attentive. Canst thou remember a time before we came unto this cell? I do not think thou canst, for then thou wast not out 3 years old.
Certainly, sir, I can.
Oh, uh, my scrolling's not working. By what? By other house or person, of anything the image, tell me that thou hast kept with thy remembrance.
'Tis far off, and rather like a dream than an assurance that my remembrance warrants. Had I not 4 or 5 women once that tended me?
Thou hadst, and more, Miranda. But how is it that this lives in thy mind? What seest thou else in the dark backward abysm of time? And if thou rememberest aught ere thou camest here, how thou camest here, thou mayest.
But that I do not.
12 years since, Miranda, 12 years since, thy father was Duke of Milan and a prince of power.
Sir, are you not my father?
Thy mother was a piece of virtue, and she said thou wast my daughter, and thy father was Duke of Milan and his only heir and princess no worse issued.
Oh, the heavens! What foul play had we that we came from thence? Or blessed was it that we did?
Both, my girl. By foul play, as thou sayest, we were heaved thence, but blessedly helped hither.
Oh, my heart bleeds to think of the team that I have turned you to, which is, from my remembrance, please you farther.
My brother and thy uncle called Antonio, I pray thee, mark me, that a brother should be so perdiferous. He who next thyself of the world I love, and to him put the manage of my state, as at the time, through all signatories, it was the first, and Prospero, the prime duke, being so reputed in dignity, and for the liberal arts without a parallel. Those being my study, the government I cast upon my brother, and to my state grew stranger, being transported and wrapped in secret studies. Thy false uncle. Hey, dost thou attend me?
Sir, most heedfully.
Being once perfected, how to grant suits, how to deny them, who to advance, and who to trash for overtopping, new created the creatures that were mine, I say, or changed them, or else new formed him, having both the key of an officer and office, set the hearts in the state to what tune pleased his ear. And now he was the ivy which had hid my princely trunk, and sucked my verdure on it. Thou attendedst not.
Oh, good sir, I do.
I pray thee mark me. I, thus neglecting worldly ends, all dedicated to closeness and the bettering of my mind with that which, but by being so retired, overpowered all popular rate in thy false brother, awakened at evil nature, and my trust, like a good parent, did beget of him a falsehood in its contrary, as great as my trust was, which had indeed no limit, a confidence sans bound. He thus lorded not only with what my revenue yielded, but what my power might else exact, like one who, having into truth by telling of it, made such a sinner of his memory to credit his own lie, he did believe he was indeed the Duke, out of superstition and executing the outward face of royalty with all prerogative. Hence, his ambition growing. Hey, dost thou hear?
Your tale, sir, would cure deafness.
To have no screen between this part he played with him and he played it for, he needs will be absolute Milan. Me, poor man, my library was dukedom large enough. Of temporal royalties, he now thinks me incapable. Confederate so dry was for sway with King of Naples to give him annual tribute, to do him homage, subject his coronet to his crown, and bend the dukedom, unbowed, alas, poor Milan, to most ignoble stooping.
Oh, the heavens!
Mark his condition, the event, then tell me if this might be a brother.
I should sin to think but nobly of my grandfather. Good wombs have borne bad sons.
Thou the condition. This king of Naples, being an enemy to me, inveterate, hearkens my brother's suit, which was that he, in lieu of the premises of homage, and I know how much tribute, should presently extirpate me and mine out of the kingdom, and confer fair Milan with all the honors on my brother. Whereupon a treacherous army levied one midnight, fated to the purpose, did Antonio open the gates of Milan, and in the dead of darkness the ministers for the purpose hurried thence, me and thy crying self.
Alack, for pity! I, not remembering how I cried out then, will cry it o'er again. It is a hint that rings mine eyes to it.
Well, hear a little farther, and then I'll bring thee to the present business which is now upon, without the which this story were most impertinent.
Wherefore did they not that hour destroy us?
Well demanded, wench. My tale provokes that question. Dear, they durst not. So dear the love my people bore me, nor set a mark so bloody on the business, but with colors fair painted on their foul ends. In few, they hurried us aboard a bark, bore us some leagues to sea, where they prepared a rotten carcass of a butt, not rigged, nor tackle, sail, nor mast. The very rats instinctively have quitted. There they hoist us to cry to the sea that roared to us, to sigh to the winds, whose pity sighing back again did but loving wrong.
Alack, what trouble was I then to you?
O cherubin, thou wast that did preserve me. Thou didst smile, infused with a fortitude from heaven, when I had decked the sea with drops full salt under my burden groaned, which raised in me an undergoing stomach to bear up, against what should ensue?
How came we ashore?
By providence divine. Some food we had, some water, that a noble Neapolitan, Gonzalo, out of his charity, who being then appointed master of this design, did give us, with rich garments, linens, stuffs, and his necessaries, which have steadied so much. So of this gentleness, knowing I love my books, I'm having trouble scrolling again. Knowing I loved my books, he furnished me from my library with volumes that I prized above my dukedom.
Would I might but ever see that man.
Now I arise, sit still, and hear the last of our sea sorrow. Here in this island we arrived, and here have I, thy schoolmaster, made thee more profit than other princes can, that have more time for vainer hours, and tutors not so careful.
Heavens thank you for it. And now I pray you, sir, for 'tis still beating in my mind, your reason for raising this sea storm.
No, thus far forth, by accident most strange, bountiful fortune, now, my dear lady, hath mine enemies brought to this shore, and by my prescience I find my zenith doth depend upon a most auspicious star, whose influence of now I court not, but omit. My fortunes will ever draw. Here cease more questions, thou art inclined to sleep. 'Tis a good dullness, and give it way. I know thou canst not choose. Come away, servant, come. I am ready now. Approach my Ariel. Come.
All hail, great master, grave sir, hail. I come to answer thy best pleasure, be it to, sorry, my eyes just, be it to fly, to swim, to dive into the fire, to ride on the curled clouds, to thy strong bidding, task Ariel and all his quality.
Hast thou spirit performed to point the tempest that I bade thee?
To every article. I boarded the king's ship, now on the beak, now in the waist, the deck in every cabin. I flamed amazement. Sometimes I divide and burn in many places on the topmast, the yards, and bowsprit. Would I flame distinctly? Then meet and join Jove's lightnings, the precursors of the dreadful thunderclaps, more momentary and sight outrunning were not the fire and cracks of sulphurous roaring, the most mighty Neptune seemed to besiege and make his bold waves, yet his dread trident shake.
My brave spirit! Who was so firm, so constant, that this coil could not infect his reason?
Not a soul, but felt a fever of the mad and played some tricks of desperation. All but mariners plunged in the foaming brine and quit the vessel. Then all afire with me, the king's son Ferdinand, with hair up, staring, then like reeds, not hair, was the first man that leapt, cried, Hell is all, and all devils are here.
Why, that's my spirit. But was not this nigh shore?
Close by, my master.
But are they Ariel safe?
Not a hair perished on their sustaining garments, not a blemish, but fresher than before. And as thou badest me, in troops I have dispersed them about the isle. The king's son have I landed by himself, whom I left cooling of the air with sighs, in an odd angle of the isle and sitting, his arms in this sad knot.
Of the king's ship, the mariners say how they hath disposed all the rest of the fleet.
Safely in harbor is the king's ship, in the deep nook where once thou calledst me up at midnight to fetch dew from the still vexed smooths. There she's hid, the mariners all under hatches stowed, whom with a charm joined to their suffered labor I have left asleep, and for the rest of the fleet, which I dispersed, they all have met again and are upon the Mediterranean float, bound sadly home for Naples, supposing that they saw the king's ship wrecked and his great person perish.
Ariel, thy charge exactly is performed, but there's more work. What is the time of day?
Past the mid-season,
At least 2 glasses. The time, 6 and now, must by us both be spent most preciously.
is there more toil, since thou dost give me pains? Let me remember thee what thou hast promised, which is not yet performed me.
How now? Moody, what is it thou canst demand?
My liberty.
Before the time be out? No more.
I pray thee remember, I have done thee worthy service, told thee no lies, made no mistakings, served without or grudge or grumblings. Thou didst promise to bate me a full year.
Dost thou forget from what a torment I did free thee?
No,
Thou dost and thinkest it much to tread the ooze of the salt deep, to run upon the sharp wind of the north, to do me business in the veins of the earth when it is baked with frost.
I do not, sir.
Thou liest, malignant thing. Hast thou forgot the foul witch Syrax, who with age and envy was grown into a hoop? Hast thou forgot her?
No, sir.
Thou hast. Where was she born? Speak, tell me.
Sir, an arguer.
Oh, was she so? I must once a month recount what hath been, and what thou forgettest. This damned witch Syrax, for mischiefs manifold and sorceries terrible to enter humans, hearing from Argier, thou knowest was banished. For one thing she did, that they would not take her life. Is this true?
Aye, sir.
The blue-eyed hag was hither brought with child, and here was left by the sailors. Thou, my slave, as thou reportest thyself, was then her servant, and for thou wast a spirit too delicate to act her earthly and abhorrent commands, refusing her grand heights, and she did confine thee, by help of her more potent ministers, in her most unmitigable rage, into a cloven pine, within which rift imprisoned thou this painfully remain a dozen years, within which space she died and left thee there, where thou didst vent thy groans as fast as mill wheels strike. Then was this island, save for the sun that she did litter here, a freckled whelp hag-born, not honored with a human shape.
Yes, Caliban, her son.
Dull thing, I say so. He, that Caliban, whom I now keep in service, thou best knowest what torment I did find thee in. Thy groans did make wolves howl and penetrate the breasts of ever angry bears. It was a torment to lay upon the damned, which Syrax could not again undo. It was mine art, when I arrived and heard thee, that made gape the pine and let thee out.
I thank thee, master.
Well, if thou murmurest, I will rend an oak and peg thee in this naughty entrails till thou howlest away 12 winters.
Pardon, master. I will be correspondent to command and do my spiriting gently.
Well, do so, and after 2 days I will discharge thee.
That's my noble master. What shall I do? Say what? What shall I do?
Go make thyself like a nymph of the sea. Be subject no sight but thine and mine, invisible to every eyeball else. Go, take this shape, and hither come in it. Go, hence with diligence. Awake, dear heart, awake. Thou hast slept well. Awake.
The strangeness of your story put heaviness in me.
Shake it off. Come on, we'll visit Caliban, my slave, who never yields us kind answer.
'Tis a villain, sir, I do not love to look on.
But as 'tis, we cannot miss him. He does make our fire, fetch in our wood, and serves in offices that profit us. What ho, slave Caliban? Thou earth, thou speak.
There's wood enough within.
Come forth, I say. There's other business for thee. Come, thou tortoise. When? Fine apparition, my quaint Ariel, hearken thine ear.
My lord, it shall be done.
Thou poisonous slave, got by the devil himself upon the wicked dam, come forth.
As wicked dew as e'er my mother brushed, with raven's feather from the unwholesome fen, drop on you both. A southwest blow on you, and blister you all over.
For this be sure, tonight thou shalt have cramps, side stitches that shall pen thy breath up. Urchins shall forth at vast of night, that they may work all exercise on thee. Thou shalt be pinched as thick as honeycomb, each pinch more stinging than bees that ever made 'em.
I must eat my dinner. This island's mine, by Sycorax my mother, which thou takest from me when thou camest first. Thou strokest me, and made much of me, wouldst give me water with berries in't, and teach me how to name the bigger light and the less, that burn by day and night. And then I loved thee, and showed thee all the qualities of the isle, the fresh springs, the brine pits, barren place and fertile. Cursed be that I did so. All the charms of Sycorax, toads, beetles, bats, light on you, for I am all the subject you have, which first was mine own king, and here you sty me in this hard rock, whiles you do keep from me the rest of the island.
Thou most lying slave, whom stripes may move, not kindness, I have used thee filth as art, with humane care, and lodged thee in mine own cell, till thou didst seek to violate the honor of my child.
Oh ho, would be done. Thou didst prevent me. I had peopled else the isle with Calibans.
Abhorred slave, which any print of goodness will not take, being capable of all ill. I pitied thee, took pains to make thee speak, taught thee each hour. One thing or other, when thou didst not, savage, know thine own meaning, but wouldst gabble like a thing most brutish, I endowed my purposes with words that made them known. With thy vile race thou didst learn, had that in it which good natures could not abide to be with. Therefore wast thou deservedly confined into this rock. Who hadst more deserved than a prison?
You taught me language, and my profit on't is to know how to curse. The red plague rid you for learning me your language.
Hag seeds hence! Fetch us fuel, and be quick, thou best to answer other business. Shruggest thou malice? If thou neglectest, or doth unwillingly, what I command, I'll rack thee with old cramps, fill all thy bones with aches, make thee roar, that beasts shall tremble at thy din.
No, no, pray thee, I must obey. His art is of such power, it would control my damned god, Setibus, and make a vassal of him.
So, slave, hence.
Come on to these yellow sands, and then take hands, curtsied when you have, and kissed the wild waves whist, footed featly here and there, and sweet sprites the burden bear. Hark, hark, but bow wow, the watchdogs bark, but bow wow. Hark, hark, I hear the strain of strutting chanticleers cry cock-a-doodle-doo. Hark, hark, I hear the strain of strutting chanticleer cry cock-a-doodle-doo.
Where should this music be? I the air or the earth? It sends no more, and sure it waits upon some god. Oh, the island, sitting on a bank, weeping again, the king, my father's wrack. This music crept by me upon the waters, allaying both their fury and my passion with its sweet air. Thence I have followed it, or it hath drawn me, rather, but 'tis gone. No, it begins again.
Full fathom 5 thy father lies, of his bones are coral made. Those are pearls that were his eyes, nothing of him that doth fade. But both suffer a sea change into something rich and strange. Sea nymphs hourly ring his knell, bird and ding dong, hark, now I hear them, ding dong bell.
The ditty does remember my drowned father. This is no mortal business, not no sound that the earth owes. I hear it now above me.
The fringed curtains of thine eyes advance and say what thou seest yon.
What is it? A spirit?
No,
Lord, it looks about. Believe me, sir, it carries a brave form, but 'tis a spirit.
no, wench. It eats and sleeps and hath such senses as we have such. This gallant which thou seest was in a rack, but he's something stained with grief. That's beauty's canker. Thou mightest call him a goodly person. He hath lost his fellows and strays about to find them.
I might call him a thing divine, for nothing natural I ever saw so noble.
Ah, it goes on, I see, as my soul prompts it. Spirit, fine spirit, I'll free thee within 2 days for this.
Most sure the goddess on whom these airs attend, vouchsafe my prayer, may know if you remain upon this island, and that you will some good instruction give, how I must bear me here. My prime request, which I do last pronounce, is, oh, you wonder if you be maid or no.
No wonder, sir, but certainly a maid.
My language, heavens! I am the best of them that speak this speech, were I but where 'tis spoken.
How? The best? What wert thou if the King of Naples heard thee?
A single thing as I am now that wanders to hear thee speak of Naples. He does hear me, and that he does I weep. Myself am Naples, who with mine eyes never since at ebb beheld the king my father racked.
Alack, for mercy!
Yes, faith, and all his lords, the Duke of Milan and his brave son being twain.
Ah, the Duke of Milan and his more braver daughter could control thee if thou wert to do it. At the first sight, they have changed eyes. Delicate Ariel, I'll set thee free for this. A word, good sir. I fear you have done yourself some wrong. A word.
Why speaks my father so ungently? This is the third man that I e'er saw. The first that I sighted for. Pity move my father to be inclined my way.
Oh, if a virgin and your affection not gone forth, I'll make you the Queen of Naples.
Soft, sir. One word more. They are both in each other's powers. But this swift business I must uneasy make, lest too light winning make the prize light. One word more. I charge thee that thou attend me. Thou dost here usurp the name thou owest not, and hast put thyself upon this island as a spy to win it for me, the Lord on it.
No, as I am a man.
There's nothing ill can dwell in such a temple. If the ill spirit have so fair a house, good things will strive to dwell with it.
Follow me. Speak not you for him. He's a traitor. Come, I'll manacle thy net and feet together. Sea water shalt thou drink. Thy food shall be the fresh brook mussels, withered roots, and husks wherein the acorn cradled. Follow.
No, I will resist such entertainment till mine enemy has more power.
Oh, dear father, make not too rash a trial of him, for he's gentle and not fearful.
What? I say my foot, my tutor? Put thy sword up, traitor. Who makest a show but darest not strike thy conscience, is so possessed with guilt. Come from thy ward, for I can here disarm thee with this stick, and make thy weapon drop.
Beseech you, father.
Hence, Hang not on my garments.
Sir, have pity. I'll be his surety.
Silence! One word more shall make me chide thee, if not hate thee. What an advocate for an impostor? Hush! Thou thinkest there is no more such shapes as he, having seen but him in Caliban. Foolish wench, to the most of men this is a Caliban, and they to him are angels.
My affections are then most humble. I have no ambition to see a goodlier man.
Hmm. Come on, obey the, thy nerves are in their infancy again, and have no vigor in them.
So they are. My spirits, as in a dream, are all bound up. My father's loss, the weakness which I feel, the wrack of all my friends, nor this man's threat to whom I am subdued, are but light to me. Might I but through my prison once a day behold this maid, all corners else o' the earth, let liberty make use of, space enough have I in such a prison.
It works. Come on, thou hast done fine, Ariel. Follow me. Hark what thou else shalt do me.
Be of comfort. My father's of a better nature, sir, than he appears by speech. This is unwonted which now came from him.
Thou shalt be as free as mountain winds, but then exactly do all my points of my command.
To the syllable.
Come, follow. Speak not for him.
End of Act 1. Ladies and gentlemen, Act 2 of Shakespeare's The Tempest, performed here in our Zoom experimental theater. Act 2, Scene 1, enter Alonso, Sebastian, Antonio, Gonzalo, Adrian, Francisco, and others.
Beseech you, sir, be merry. You have, so have we all, of joy for our escape. 'Cause is much beyond our loss. Our hint of woe is common. Every day some sailor's wife, the masters of some merchant and the merchant, have just our theme of woe, but for the miracle. I mean our preservation. Few in millions can speak like us. Then wisely, good sir, weigh our sorrow with our comfort.
Peace. Here sees comfort like cold porridge.
The visitor will not give him o'er so.
Look, he's winding up the watch of his wit. By and by it will strike.
Sir,
One tell,
when every grief is entertained, that comes to the entertainer.
$1.
Dolor comes to him indeed. You have spoken truer than you purposed.
You have taken it wiser than I meant you should.
Therefore, my lord,
Fie, what a spendthrift is he of his tongue.
I prithee spare.
well, I have done, but yet,
He will be talking.
Which of he or Adrian, for a good wager, first begins to crow?
The old cock.
The cockerel.
Done the wager.
A laughter.
A match.
Though this island seem to be desert,
Ha ha ha.
So you're paid.
uninhabitable and almost inaccessible,
Yet
yet
He could not miss it.
it must
it
need.
must uninhabitable and almost inaccessible,
Yet
yet
He could not miss it.
it must needs of subtle, tender, and delicate temperance.
Temperance was a delicate wench.
I, a subtile as he most learnedly delivered.
The air breathes upon us here most sweetly.
As if it had lungs and rotten ones.
or as 'twere perfumed by a fen.
Here is everything advantageous to life.
True, save means to live.
Of that there's none, or little.
How lush and lusty the grass looks. How green.
The ground indeed is tawny.
With an eye of green and tea.
He misses not much.
No, he don't, but mistaken the truth totally.
But the rarity of it is, which is indeed almost beyond credit,
As many vouch rarities are,
that our garments, being as they were drenched in the sea, hold notwithstanding their freshness and glasses, being rather new dyed than stained with salt water.
If but one of his pockets could speak, would it not say he lies?
aye, or very falsely pocket up his report.
Methinks our garments are now as fresh as when we put them on first in Afric, at the marriage of the king's fair daughter, Claribel, to the king of Tunis.
Twice a sweet marriage, and prosper well in our return.
Tunis were never graced before with such a paragon to their queen.
Not since widow Dido's time.
Widow, a pox of that. How come that widow in, widow Dido?
What if we had said, Widder Aeneas, too? Good Lord, how you take it?
Dido, said you? You make me study of that. She was of Carthage, not of Tunis.
This Tunis, sir, was Carthage.
Carthage.
I assure you, Carthage.
His word is more than the miraculous harp.
He hath raised a wall and houses too.
What impossible matter will he make easy next?
I think he will carry this island home in his pocket and give it his son for an apple.
And sowing the kernels of it in the sea, bring forth more islands.
I?
Why, in good time.
Sir, we were talking, then our garments seem now as fresh as when we were at Tunis at the marriage of your daughter, who is now queen.
And the rarest that e'er came there.
Fetch, I beseech you, widow Dildo.
Oh, widow Dido, I, widow Dido.
Is not, sir, my doublet as fresh as the first day I wore it? I mean, in a sort?
That sort was well fished for.
When I wore it at your daughter's marriage.
You cram these words into my ears against the stum of my senses, would I had never married my daughter there. For coming thence, my son is lost, and in my rate she too, who is so far from illy removed. I near again shall see her. O thy mine hair, of Naples and of Milan, what strange fish hath made this meal on thee?
Sir, he may live. I saw him beat the surges under him and ride upon their backs. He trod the water, whose enmity he flung aside, and breasted the surge most swollen that met him. His bold head above the contentious waves he kept, and oared himself with his good arms in lusty strokes to the shore, and over his wave-worn bases bowed, as stopping to relieve him. I no doubt he came alive to land.
No, no, he's gone. Sir, you may thank yourself for this great loss. That would not bless our European with your daughter, but rather lost here to an African, where she at least is banished from your eye, who hath cause to wet the grief on tea. Prethral peace. You were kneeled to an impertinent otherwise, but all of us, and the fair soul herself, weighed between loathness and obedience, at which earth beam should bow. We have lost your son. I fear forever Milan and Naples have more windows in them of this business making. Did we bring men to comfort them? The fault's your own. So is the dearest oath lost?
My Lord Sebastian, the truth you speak does lack some gentleness, and time to speak it in, you rub the sore when you should bring the plaster.
Very well.
And most chirurgeonly.
It is foul weather in us all good, sir, when you are cloudy.
Foul weather?
Very foul.
Had I a plantation of this isle, my lord,
He'd sow it with nettle seed.
Odox or mallows.
and were you the king of it, what would I do?
Scrap being drunk for want of wine.
I, the Commonwealth, I would by contraries execute all things, for no kind of traffic would I admit, no name of magistrate, letters should not be known, no use of service, of riches, or of poverty, no contracts, successions, found of land, tills, vineyard, none, no use of metal, corn, or wine, or oil, no occupation, all men idle, all, and women too, but innocent and pure, no sovereignty.
Yet he will be king on tea.
The letter end of his commonwealth forgets from the beginning.
All things in common nature should produce without sweat or endeavor. Treason, felony, sword, pike, knife, gun, or need of any engine would I not have. But nature should bring forth of its own kind all foison, all abundance to feed my innocent people.
No marrying among his subjects.
None man, all idle, whores and knaves.
I would with such perfection govern, sir, to excel the golden age.
Save his majesty.
Long live Gonzalo.
And you mark me, sir.
Perthree, no more. Thou dost talk nothing to me.
I do well believe your highness, and did it to minister occasion of these gentlemen, who are of such sensible and nimble lungs that they always used to laugh at nothing.
'Twas you we laughed at.
Oh, and this kind of merry fooling am nothing to you, so you may continue and laugh at nothing still.
What a blow was there given!
And it had not fallen flat long.
You are a gentleman of brave mettle. You would lift the moon out of her spear if she would continue in it 5 weeks without changing.
We would sow and then go a bat falling.
Nay, good my lord, be not angry.
No, I warrant you, I will not adventure my discretion so weakly. Will you laugh me asleep, for I am very heavy?
Go sleep and hear us.
All slink down asleep except Alonso, Antonio, and Sebastian.
What? Also soon asleep? I wish my eyes would with themselves shut up my thoughts. I find they are inclined to do so. Please you, sir, do not omit the heavy offer of it. It seldom visits sorrow, when doth it is a comforter.
We too, my lord, will guard your person while you take your rest and watch your safety.
Thank you, Runneress Heavy. What a strange drowsiness possesses them.
It is the quality of the climate.
Thou is not then or eyelids sink. I find not them myself disposed to sleep.
Not I, my spirits are nimble. They fell together all as by consent. They dropped as by a thunderstroke. What might, worthy Sebastian, oh, what might? No more, and yet methinks I see it in thy face, what thou shouldst be. The occasion speaks thee, and my strong imagination sees a crown dropping upon thy head.
What art thou waking?
Do you not hear me speak?
I do, and surely it is sleepy language, and thou speaks. Out thou sleep, what is thou didn't say? This is a strange repose to be asleep, with eyes wide open, standing, speaking, moving, and yet so fast asleep.
Noble Sebastian, thou lett'st thy fortune sleep, die rather, wink'st while thou art waking.
Thou thus snore instinctively, there's meaning in thy snores.
I am more serious than my custom. You must be so too, if heed me, which to do trebles the o'er.
Well, I am standing water.
I'll teach you how to flow.
Hitherto sloth instructs me.
If you but knew how you the purpose cherish, whilst thus you mock it, how in stripping it you more invest. Ebbing men indeed most often do so near the bottom, run by their own fear or sloth.
Prithee, say on, the setting of thee I and check proclaim, a matter from thee and birth indeed, wouldst thou's thee much to yield.
Thus, sir, although this lord of weak remembrance, this who shall be of as little memory, when he is earth hath here almost persuaded. For he's a spirit of persuasion, only professes to persuade the king his sons alive. 'Tis as impossible that he's undrowned as he that sleeps here swims.
I have no hope that he's undrowned.
Oh, out of that no hope, what great hope have you? No hope that way is another way, so high as a hope that even ambition cannot pierce a wink beyond. But doubt discovery there. Will you grant with me that Ferdinand is drowned?
He's gone.
Then tell me, who is the next heir of Naples?
Claribel.
So that is the Queen of Tunis, she that dwells 10 leagues beyond man's life, she that from Naples can have no note, unless the sun were post. The man of the moon's too slow, till newborn chins be rough and razorable, she that from whom we all were sea swallowed, though some cast again, and by that destiny to perform an act whereof what's past is prologue, what to come in yours and my discharge.
What stuff is this? How say you? 'Tis true my brother's daughter's queen of Tunis, so is she heir of Naples, 'twas which regions there is some space.
A space which every cubit seems to cry out, how shall that Claribel measure us back to Naples? Keep in Tunis and let Sebastian wake. Say this were death that now hath seized them. Why, they are no worse than now they are. There be that can rule Naples as well as he that sleeps, lords that can prate and as amply and unnecessarily as this Gonzalo. I myself could make a chuff of as deep a chat. Oh, that you bore the mind that I do. When asleep were this for your advancement. Do you understand me?
Methinks I do.
And how does your content tender your own good fortune?
I remember you did supplant your brother Prospero.
True, And look now, well, my garments sit upon me, much feeder than before. My brother's servants were then my fellows, now they are my men.
But for your conscience?
Aye, sir, where lies that? It were a kibe. 'Twould put me to my slipper, but I feel not this deity in my bosom. 20 consciences that stand twixt me and Milan, candied be they, and melt ere they molest. Here lies your brother, no better than the earth he lies upon. If he were that which now he's like, that dead, that's whom I with this obedient steel, 3 inches of it, can lay to bed forever, while you doing thus to the perpetual wink, for I might put this ancient morsel, this Sir Prudence, who should not upbraid our course. For all the rest, they'll take suggestion, as a cat laps milk. They'll tell the clock to any business that we say befits the hour.
Thy cast, dear friend, shall be my precedent as thou got's Milan. I'll come by Naples, draw the sword, one stroke shall free thy from the tribute which thou payest, and I, the king, shall love thee.
Draw together. When I rear my hand, do you the like to fall it on Gonzalo.
Oh, but one word.
They talk apart. Enter Ariel, invisible, with music and song. Ariel to the sleeping Gonzalo.
My master, through his art, foresees the danger that these his friends are in, and sends me forth, for else his project dies to keep the living. While you are here, do snoring lie, open-eyed conspiracy, his time doth take, if of life you keep a care, shake off slumber and beware. Awake, awake.
Then let us both be sudden.
Now, good angels, preserve the king.
Why? How now? Ho, awake! Why are you drawn? Wherefore this ghastly looking?
What's the matter?
Whiles we stood here securing your repose, even now we heard a hollow burst of bellowing, like bulls, or rather lions. Thy didn't not wake you. It struck my ear more terribly. I heard nothing.
Oh, 'twas a din to fright a monster's ear, to make an earthquake. Sure, it was the roar of a whole herd of lions.
Heard you this, Gonzalo?
On my honor, sir, I heard a humming, and that a strange one too, which did awake me. I shaked you, sir, and cried as my eyes opened. I saw their weapons drawn, and there was a noise. That's verity. Best stand upon your guard, or that we quit this place. Let's draw our weapons.
Lead off this ground, and let's make further search for my poor son.
Heavens, keep him from these beasts, for he is sure of the island.
Lead away.
Prospero, my lord, shall know what I have done. So, king, go safely on to seek thy son.
Scene 2. Enter Caliban with a burden of wood. A noise of thunder is heard. We need a Trinculo. How about Mehzabeen? Would you like to be Trinculo, dear?
Yeah, sure.
Fantastic. Let me restart that. Act 2, Scene 2. Enter Caliban with a burden of wood, a noise of thunder heard without. All the infections that the sun sucks up from bogs and fens, flats, on Prosper fall, and make him by inch meal a disease. His spirit hear me, and yet I needs must curse, but they'll not fright me with urchin shows, pinch me in the mire, or lead me like a firebrand in the dark, out of my way, unless he bid 'em. But for every trifle they are set upon me, sometime like apes that mow and chatter at me, and after bite me, then like hedgehogs would lie tumbling in my barefoot way, and mount their pricks at my footfall. Sometimes I am all wounds with adders, who with cloven tongue do hiss me into madness. Lo now, lo, here comes a spirit of his, and to torment me for bringing wood in slowly, I'll fall flat. Perchance he will not mind me. He lies down and covers himself with a cloak. Enter Twicklow.
Here's neither bush nor shrub to brush off any weather at all. And another storm's brewing. I hear it sing. It's the wind. Yon same black cloud, yon huge one, looks like a foul bombard that would shed his liquor. If it should thunder as it did before, I know not where to hide my head. Yon same cloud cannot choose but fall by pailfuls. What have we here? A man or a fish? Dead or alive? A fish? It smells like a fish. A very ancient and fish-like smell. A kind of not of the newest Port John. A strange fish. Were I in England now, as once I was, and had but this fish painted, not a holiday fool there, but would give a piece of silver, there would this monster make a man. Any strange beast there makes a man. When they will not give a doit to relieve a lame beggar, they will lay out 10 to see a dead Indian, legged like a man, and his fins like arms. Worm, oh my throat, I do now let loose my opinion, hold it no longer. This is no fish, but an islander that had lately suffered from a thunderbolt. Alas, Alice, the storm is come again. My best way is to creep under his gabardine. There is no other shelter hereabout. Misery accounts a man with strange bedfellows. I will here shroud till the dread of the storm be past.
Barbara, take Stefano, okay?
Okay.
Enter Stefano. I'm sorry?
I shall no more to see. Here shall I die ashore. This is a very scurvy tone to sing at a man's funeral. Well, here's my comfort. The master, the swabbler, the boatswain, and I, the gunner and his mate, loved Moll, Meg, and Marion, and Marjorie, but none of us cared for Kate, for she had a tongue with a tang, would cry to a sailor, "Go hang!" She loved not the savor of tar nor of pitch, yet a tailor might scratch her where'er she did itch. Then to sea boys, and let her go hang. This is a scurvy tune too, but here's my comfort.
Do not torment me. No.
What's the matter? Have we devils here? Do you put tricks upon us with savages and men of Ind? Ha! I have not escaped drowning to be afeard now of your 4 legs, for it hath been said, as proper a man as ever went on 4 legs cannot make him give ground, and it shall be said so again while Stefano breathes at nostrils.
Aye, the spirit torments me, oh.
This is some monster of the isle with 4 legs, who hath got, as I take it, an ague. Where the devil should he learn our language? I will give him some relief, if it be but for that. If I can recover him and keep him tame and get to Naples with him, he's a present for any emperor that ever trod on Near's leather.
Do not torment me, prithee. I'll bring my wood home faster.
He's in this fit now and does not talk, offer the wisest. He shall taste of my bottle. If he have never drunk wine afore, it will go near to remove his fit. If I can recover him and keep him tame, I will not take too much for him. He shall pay for him that hath him, and that soundly.
Thou dost me yet but little hat, thou wilt anon. I know it by thy trembling. Now prosper works upon thee.
Come on your ways, open your mouth. Here is that which I will give language to you, cat. Open your mouth. This will shake your shaking, I can tell you, and that soundly. You cannot tell who's your friend. Open your chaps again.
I should know that voice. It should be. But he's drowned, and these are devils. Oh, fend me.
4 legs and 2 voices. A most delicate monster. His forward voice now is to speak well of his friend. His backward voice is an utter foul. Speeches and to detract. If all the wine in my bottle will recover him, I will help his ague. Come. Amen. I will pour some in thy other mouth.
Stefano!
Doth my other mouth call me? Mercy, mercy. This is a devil and no monster. I will leave him. I have no long spoon.
Stefano, if thou best, Stefano, touch me and speak to me, for I am Trinculo. Be not be afraid. Thy good friend, Trinculo.
If thou beest Trinculo, come forth. I'll pull thee by the lesser legs. If any be Trinculo's legs, these are they.
He pulls him out from underneath Caliban's cloak.
Thou art very Trinculo indeed. How comest thou to be the siege of this moon calf? Can be vent Trinculos?
I took him to be killed with a thunderstroke. Why art thou not drowned, Stefano? I hope now thou art not drowned. Is the storm overblown? I hid me under the dead mooncalf's gabardine for the fear of the storm. And art thou living, Stefano? O Stefano, 2 Neapolitans escaped.
Prithee, do not turn me about. My stomach is not constant.
These be fine things, and if they be not sprites, that's a brave god and bears celestial liquor. I will kneel to him. He crawls out from under the cloak.
How dost thou escape? How canst thou hither? Swear by this bottle how thou canst hither. I escaped upon the butt of a sack which sailors heaved overboard. By this bottle, which I made of the bark of a tree with mine own hands, since I was cast ashore.
I'll swear upon that bottle to be thy true subject, for the liquor is not earthly.
Here, swear then how thou escapest.
Swam ashore, man, like a duck. I can swim like a duck, I'll be sworn.
Here, kiss the book. Thou, through that, though thou canst swim like a duck, thou art made like a goose.
Oh, Stefano, has any more of this?
The whole butt, man. My cellar is in a rock by the seaside, where my wine is hid. How now, mooncalf, how does thine ague?
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
Out of the moon, I do assure thee, I was the man in the moon when time was.
I have seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me thee, and thy dog, and thy bush.
Come, swear to that. Kiss the book. I will furnish it anon with new contents. Swear.
Glug, 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 glug.
By this good light, this is a very shallow monster. I afraid of him? A very weak monster. The man is the moon, a most poor, credulous monster. Well drawn monster in good sooth.
I'll show thee every fertile inch of the island, and will kiss thy foot. I prithee, be my God.
By this light, a most perfidious and drunken monster. Whence God sleep, he'll rob his bottle.
I'll kiss thy foot. I swear myself thy subject.
Come on then, down and swear.
I shall laugh. I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy-headed monster, a most scurvy monster. I could find in my heart to beat him.
Come, kiss.
But that's the poor monsters in drink, an abominable monster.
I'll show thee the best springs. I'll pluck thee berries. I'll fish for thee, and get thee wood enough. A plague upon the tyrant that I serve. I'll bear him no more sticks, but follow thee, thou wondrous man.
A most ridiculous monster to make a wonder of a poor drunkard.
I prithee, let me bring thee where crabs grow, and I, with my long nails, I will dig thee pig nuts, show thee a jay's nest, and instruct thee how to snare the nimble marmoset. I'll bring thee to clustering filiberts, and sometimes I'll get thee young scammels from the rock. Wilt thou go with me?
I prithee now, lead the way without any more talking. Trinculo the king and all our company else being drowned, we will inherit here. Here, bear my bottle. Follow Trinculo. We'll fill him by and by again.
Farewell, monster. Farewell, master. Farewell.
A howling monster, a drunken monster.
No more dams I'll make for fish, no fetching, firing as requiring, no scraping, trenchering, no wash the dish. Ban, Caliban has a new master, got a new man. Freedom! Heide! Heide! Freedom! Freedom! Heide! Freedom!
Oh, brave monster, lead the way.
Oh my goodness. Thank you all so very much. Let's go ahead and we'll call it a day for now, and we will get back together. Let me please ask you to name yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you to part 2 of Shakespeare's The Tempest. This is an experimental Zoom Shakespeare experiment. We've got, try that again. We've got Sterling Warner. We've got Martin Parker. We've got the charming and talented Alice Craig and the handsome leading man, Brother Henry Jones. Act 3 of Shakespeare's Tempest. Enter Ferdinand bearing a log.
There be some sports are painful in their labor. Delight in them. All kinds of baseness are nobly undergone, and most poor matters point to rich ends. This my mean task would be as heavy to me as odious, but the mistress which I serve quickens what's dead, and makes my labors pleasures. Oh, oh. She is 10 times more gentle than her father's crabbed, and He's composed of harshness. I must remove some thousands of those logs and pile them up, some thousands of those logs and pile them up upon a sore injunction. My sweet mistress weeps when she sees me work, and says such baseness had never like executor I forget. But these sweet thoughts do even refresh my labors, most busiest when I do it.
Enter Miranda, Prospero at a distance, unobserved.
Alas, now I pray you, work not so hard. I would the lightning have burnt up those logs that you are enjoined to pile. Pray set it down and rest you. When this burns, 'twill weep for having wearied you. My father is hard at study. Pray now rest yourself. He's safe for these 3 hours.
O most dear mistress, the sun will set before I shall discharge what I must strive to do.
If you'll sit down, I'll bear your logs the while. Pray, give me that. I'll carry it to the pile.
No, precious creature, I had rather crack my sinews, break my back, than you should such dishonor undergo, than you should such dishonor undergo, while I sit lazy by.
It would become me as well as it does you, and I should do it with much more ease, for my goodwill is to it, and yours against.
Poor worm, thou art infected. This visitation shows it.
You look weird.
You look wearily.
No, noble mistress, 'tis fresh morning with me, when you are but by night. I do beseech you, chiefly that I might set in my prayers, what is your name?
Miranda, oh my father, I have broke your heart. I have broke your hest to say so.
Admired Miranda, indeed the top of admiration, worth. What's dearest to the world? Full many a lady I've eyed with best regard, and many a time the harmony of thy tongues hath into bondage brought my too diligent ear. For several virtues, I like several women, never any, with so full soul but some defect in her, did quarrel with the noblest grace she owed, but put it into a foil. But you, oh you, so perfect and so peerless, are created of every creature's best.
I do not know one of my sex. No woman's face remember, save from my glass my own. Nor have I seen more that I may call men than you, good friend, and my dear father. How features are abroad, I am skilless but by my modesty, the jewel in my dower, I would not wish any companion in the world but you, nor can imagination form a shape beside yourself to like of. But I prattle something too wildly, and my father's precepts therein forget.
I'm in my condition, a prince, Miranda. Do think a king. I would not so, and would no more endure this wooden slavery than to suffer the fleshly fly blow my mouth. Hear my soul speak. The very instant that I saw you, did my heart fly to your service. There resides to make me slave to it, and for your sake, I am patient, a logman.
Do you love me?
O heaven, O earth, bear witness to this sound, and crown what I profess with kind event. If I speak true, it hollowly invert what best is boded me to mischief. I, beyond all limit of what else I the word do love, prize, honor you.
I am a fool to weep at what I am glad at.
Fair encounter of two most rare affections. Heaven's rain grace on that which breeds between them.
Wherefore weep you?
At mine unworthiness, that dare not offer what I desire to give, and much less take what I shall die to want. But this is trifling, and all the more it seeks to hide itself, the bigger hulk it shows. Hence, bashful cunning, and prompt me plain and holy innocence. I am your wife if you will marry me. If not, I'll die your maid to be your fellow. You may deny me, but I'll be your servant, whether you will or no.
My mistress, dearest, and thus humble ever.
My husband, then?
What a heart as willing as bondage ever of freedom. Here's my hand.
And mine, with my heart in it. And now farewell till half an hour hence.
1,000,000.
So glad of this as they I cannot be, who are surprised withal. But my rejoicing at nothing can be more. I'll to my book, for yet ere supper time must I perform much business appertaining.
Scene 2. Enter Caliban, Stephano, and Trinculo.
Tell not me, when the butt is out, we will drink water, not a drop before. Therefore bear up and boredom. Servant monster, drink to me.
Servant monster, the folly of this island. They say there's but 5 upon this isle. We are 3 of them. If the other 2 be brain like us, the state totters.
Drink, servant monster, when I bid thee. Thy eyes are almost set in thy head.
Where shall they be set? He were a brave monster indeed if they were set in his tail.
My man monster have drowned his tongue in sack. For my part, the sea cannot drown me. I swam ere I could recover the shore 35 leagues off and on. By this light, thou shalt be my lieutenant monster or standard.
Your lieutenant if you're list. He's no standard.
Well, not run, Monsieur Monster.
No, go neither, but you'll lie like dogs and yet say nothing, neither.
Mooncalf, speak once in thy life, if thou beest a good mooncalf.
How dost thy honor? Let me lick thy shoe. I'll not serve him. He is not valiant.
Thou liest, most ignorant monster. I am in case to jostle a constable. Why, thou debauched fish, was there ever such a man, a coward that has drunk so much sack as today? Wilt thou tell a monstrous lie, being but half fish and half monster?
Lo, how he mocks me. Wilt thou let him, my lord?
Lord, quoth he, that a monster should be such a natural.
Lo, lo again. Bite him to death, I prithee.
Trinculo, keep a good tongue in your head. If you prove a maintainer, the next tree, the poor monster's my subject. He shall not suffer indignity.
I thank my noble lord. Wilt thou be pleased to hearken once again to the suit I made to thee?
Marry, I will. Kneel and repeat it. I will stand, and so shall Trinculo.
Enter Ariel, invisible. As I told thee before, I am subject to a tyrant, a sorcerer, that by his cunning hath cheated me of the island.
Thou liest.
Thou liest, thou jesting monkey, thou. I would my valiant master would destroy thee. I cannot lie.
Trincolo, if you trouble him any more in his tale by this hand, I will supplant some of your teeth.
Why, I said nothing.
Then, and no more. Proceed.
I say, by sorcery he got this isle, and from me he got it. If thy greatness will, revenge it on him, for I know thou darst, but this thing dare not.
That's almost certain.
Thou shalt be lord of it. I'll serve thee.
How now shall this be compassed? Canst thou bring me to the party?
Yea, my lord. I'll yield him thee asleep, where thou mayst knock a nail into his head.
Thou liest, thou canst not.
What a pied ninny's this, thou scurvy patch. I do beseech thy greatness, give him blows, then take his bottle from him. What's that gone? He shall drink naught but brine, for I'll not show him where the quick freshes are.
Trinculo, run no further danger. Interrupt the monster one word further, and by this hand I'll turn my mercy out of doors and make a stockfish of thee.
Why, what did I? I did nothing. I'll go farther off.
Thou'st not say he lied?
Thou liest.
Do I so? Take thou that. As you like this, give me the lie another time.
I did not give the lie. Out of your wits and hearing too. A pox of your bottle, this can sack and drinking do. A murrain on your monster, and the devil take your fingers.
Now forward with your tale. Prithee, stand further off.
Beat him enough. After a little time, I'll beat him too.
Stand further. Come, proceed.
Why, as I told thee, 'tis a custom with him in the afternoon to sleep. There mayst brain him, having first seized his books, or with a log batter his skull, or paunch him with a stake, or cut his weazen with thy knife. Remember, first to possess his books, for without them he's not but a sot, as I am, nor hath not one spirit to command. But they all do hate him as rootedly as I. Burn but his books, he's as brave utensils, for he calls them, which, when he has a house, he'll deck withal. And that most deeply to consider is the beauty of his daughter. He saw himself, calls her a nonpareil. I never saw a woman but my only Sycorax, my dam, and she, but as she as far surpasses Sycorax as greatst dost least.
Is it so brave, alas?
Aye, lord. She will become thy bed, I'll warrant, and bring thee forth a brave brood.
Monster, I will kill this man. His daughter and I will be king and queen. Save our graces, and Trinculo and thyself shall be viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Trinculo?
Excellent.
Give me thy hand. I am sorry I beat thee, but while thou livest, keep a good tongue in thy head.
Within this half hour he will be asleep. Wilt thou destroy him then?
Aye, on my honor.
This I will tell my master.
Thou makest me merry. I am full of pleasure. Let's be jocund. Will ye troll the catch ye taught me, but where'er?
At thy request, monster, I will do reason. Any reason. Come on, Trinculo, let us sing. Flout 'em and caught 'em, and scout 'em and flout 'em. The thought is free.
That's not the tune.
What is this saying?
This is a tune of our catch, played by the picture of nobody.
If thou beest a man, show thyself in thy likeness. If thou beest a devil, take it as thou hast list.
Oh, forgive me my sins.
He that dies pays all debts. I defy thee. Mercy upon us.
Art thou afeard?
No, monster, not I.
Be not afeard. The island's full of noises, sounds, and sweet airs that give delight and hurt not. Sometimes 1,000 twanging instruments will hum about mine ears, sometimes voices. That is, if I had waked after a long sleep, will make me sleep again. And then, in dreaming, the clouds methoughts would open and show riches, ready to drop upon me, that when I waked, I cried to dream again.
This will prove a brave kingdom to me, where I shall have my music for nothing.
When Prospero is destroyed,
that shall be by and by. I remember the story.
The sound is going away. Let's follow it and after do our work.
Lead, monster. We'll follow. I could see the tabor. He lays on it. Wilt come?
We'll come. I'll follow Stefano.
They exit. Scene 3. Enter Alonso, Sebastian, Antonio, Gonzalo, Adrian, Francisco, etc. Bar Larkin, I can go no further, sir. My old bones ache. Here's a maze trod indeed. Though forthrights and meanderers, by your patience I needs must rest.
Oh Lord, I cannot blame thee. Who am myself attached with weariness? To the dulling of my spirit, sit down and rest. Even here I will put off my hope and keep it no longer for my flatterer. He is drowned, whom thus we stray to find in the sea mocks our frustrate search on land. Well, let him go.
I am right glad that he is so out of hope. Do not for one repulse forego the purpose that you resolved to effect. The next advantage we will take thoroughly. Let it be tonight, for now they are oppressed with travel. They will not nor cannot use such vigilance as when they are fresh. I say tonight, no more.
Solemn and strange music, and enter Prospero on the top, invisible.
What harmony is this, my good friends? Hark.
Marvelous, sweet music.
Give us kind keepers, heavens. What were these?
A livering drollery. Now I will believe that there are unicorns, that in Arabia there is one tree, the phoenix throne, one phoenix at this hour reigning there. I'll believe both. And what does else want credit? Come to me, and I'll be sworn 'tis true. Travelers ne'er did he, though fools at home condemn 'em.
If in Naples I should report this now, would they believe me? If I should say I saw such islanders, besets, these are people of the island who, though they are of monstrous shape, yet note, their manners are more gentle, kind, than of our human generation you shall find. Many, nay, almost any.
Honest Lord, thou hast said well, for some of you there present are worse than devils.
I cannot too much muse. Such shape, such gesture, and such sound expressing although they want the use of tongue, a kind of excellent dumb discourse.
Praise in departing.
Invites the king, etc., to eat. The shapes depart.
They vanished strangely.
No matter, since they have left their viands behind, for we have stomachs. Wilt please you taste of what is here?
Not I.
Faith, sir, you need not fear. When we were boys, who would believe that there were mountaineers, dew-lapped, like bulls, whose throats had hanging at them wallets of flesh, or that there were such men whose heads stood in their breasts? What now we find each putter out of 5 for 1 will bring us good warrant of.
I will stand to and feed. Enough, my last, no matter, since I feel the best is past. Brother, my lord the Duke, stand to and do as we.
Alonso, Sebastian, and Antonio move toward the table. Thunder and lightning. Enter Ariel, like a harpy, clasps his wings upon the table, and with a quaint device, the whole banquet vanishes.
You are 3 men of sin, whom destiny that hath to instrument this lower world, and what is it in the never surfeited sea, hath caused to belch up you, and on this island, where man doth not inhabit, you amongst men, but being most unfit to live, I have made you mad, and even with such like valor, men hang and drown their proper selves. You fools, I and my fellows are ministers of fate. The elements of whom your swords are tempered may as well wound the loud winds, or with be mocked at stabs, kill the still closing waters, as diminish one dow that's in my plume. My fellow ministers are like invulnerable. If you could hurt, your swords are now too massy for your strengths, and will not be uplifted. But remember, for that's my business to you, that you 3 from Milan did supplant good Prospero, exposed unto the sea, which hath requited him and his innocent child for which foul deed. The powers delaying, not forgetting, have incensed the seas and shores, yea, all the creatures against your peace. Thee of thy son Alonso they have bereft, and do pronounce me lingering perdition, worse than any death can be at once, shall step by step attend you and yours, whose wrath to guard you from, which here in this most desolate isle else falls upon your heads, is nothing but heart sorrow and a clear life ensuing.
Then to soft music. Enter the shapes again and dance with mocks and mows, carrying out the table.
Bravely the figure of harpy hast thou performed, my Ariel. As grace it had, devouring of my instruction, hast thou nothing bated in what thou hast to say. So, with my good life and observation strange, my meaner mistresses their several kinds have done my high charms work, and these mine enemies are all knit up in their distractions. They are now in my power, and in these fits I leave them while I visit young Ferdinand, whom they supposed is drowned, and his and mine loved darling.
He exits above. In the name of something holy, sir, why stand you in this strange stare?
Oh, it is monstrous, monstrous. Methought the billows spoke and told me of it. The winds did sing it to me, and the thunder, that deep and dreadful organ pipe, pronounced the name of Prosper. It did base my trespass. Therefore my son, the ooze is bedded, and I'll seek him deeper than air plummet sounded, and with him there lie muddled.
But one fiend at a time, I'll fight their legions o'er. I'll be thy second.
All three of them are desperate. Their great guilt, like poison given to work a great time after, now gin to bite the spirits. I do beseech you, that are of subtler joints, follow them swiftly and hinder them from what this ecstasy may now provoke them to. Adrian, follow, I pray you. They
Okay.
all exit.
Okay.
Bravo, folks. Bravo. Well done. Well done. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Experimental Shakespeare. We're doing part 2 of The Tempest. We have Alice. We have Brother Sterling. We have Mr. Martin. We have the charming and talented Artemis. We have Brother Henry. And we have now been joined by the amazing Carol. I was going to say the charismatic Carol.
Thank you.
All right, let me do that again. The amazing Alice, the sharp-witted Sterling, the magnificent Martin, the aromatic and amazing Artemis, Henry, the horrifically amazing Henry. Could have done better. God. Oh well. And you'll forgive me this time. And the crazily amazing Carolyn. So, here we go. Act 4. Act 4, The Tempest. Scene 1. Enter Prospero, Ferdinand, and Miranda.
If I have too austerely punished you, your compensation makes amends, for I have given you here a third of mine own life, or that for which I live, who once again I tender to thy hand. All thy vexations were but a trial of thy love, and thou hast strangely stood the test. Herefore, heaven, I ratify this my rich gift. O Ferdinand, do not smile at me that I boast, for thou shalt find she will outstrip all praise and make it halt behind her.
I do believe it against an oracle.
Then, as my gift in thine own acquisitions worthily punished, take my daughter. But if thou dost break her virgin knot before all sanctimonious ceremonies may be full and holy rite be ministered, no sweet aspiration shall the heavens let fall to make this contract grow, but barren hate, sour eye disdain, and discord shall bestrew the union of your bed with weeds so loathly that you shall hate it both. Therefore take heed, as Hymen lamps shall light you.
As I hope for quiet days, fair issue, and long life, with such love as 'tis now, the murkiest den, the most common, opportune place, the strongest suggestions, a worse or genius shall never melt. My honor into lust to take away the edge of that day's celebration, when I shall think of Phoebus' steeds are foundered, or night kept chained below.
Fairly spoke. Sit then and talk with her. She is thine own. What, Ariel, my industrious servant, Ariel?
Enter Ariel.
My potent master, here I am.
Thou and thy meager fellows your last service did worthily perform, and I must use you in such another trick. Go bring the rabble, or whom I give thee power, here to this place. Incite them to quick motion, for I must bestow upon the eyes of this young couple some vanity of my art. It is my promise, and they expect it from me.
Presently?
Aye, with a twink.
Before you can say, come and go, and breathe twice and cry, so, each one tripping on his toe, will be here with mop and mow. Do you love me, master? No.
Ah, dearly my delicate Ariel, do not approach till thou dost hear me call.
Well, I conceive.
Look
Yes.
thou be true, do not give dalliance too much the rein. The strongest oaths are straw to the fire and blood. Be more abstemious, and else good night your vow.
I warrant you, sir, the white, cold, virgin snow upon my heart abates the ardor of my liver.
Well, come now, my Ariel, bring a corollary. Rather, they want a spirit. Appear and pertly. Da 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 da. No tongue, all eyes, be silent.
Enter Iris.
Ceres, most bounteous lady, thy rich lees of wheat, barley, vetches, oats, and peas, thy turfy mountains where live nimbling sheep, and flat meads thatched with stover them to keep, thy banks with peoned and twilled brims, which spongy April at thy hesped trims, to make cold nymphs chaste crowns, and thy broom groves, whose shadow the dismissed bachelor loves, being less lorn, thy pole-clipped vineyard, and thy sea marge, sterile and rocky hard, there thou thyself dost hear, the queen oath sky, whose watery arch and messenger am I, bid thee leave these, and with her sovereign grace, here on this grass plot in this very place, to come and sport, her peacocks fly amain. Approach, reach Ceres, her to entertain.
Hail, many-colored maid,
Many
that
color.
ne'er dost disobey the wife of Jupiter, who with thy saffron wings upon my flowers diffuseth honey drops, refreshing showers. With each end of thy bough dost crown my bosky acres and my unshrubbed down. Rich scarf to my proud earth, why hath thy queen summoned me hither to this short-grassed green?
A contract of true love to celebrate, and some donation freely to estate on the blessed lovers.
Tell me, heavenly bow, if Venus or her son, as thou dost know, do not attend the queen, since they did plot the means that dusky Disk my daughter got. Her and her blind boy's scandaled company I have forsworn.
Of her society be not afraid. I met her deity cutting the clouds towards Paphos, and her son dove drawn with her. Here thought they to have done some wanton charm upon this man and maid, whose vows are that no bed right shall be paid, till Hymen's torch be lighted, but in vain. Moses' hot minion is returned again. Her waspish-headed son has broke his arrows, swears he will shoot no more, but play with sparrows, and be a boy right now.
Juno descends.
Highest queen of state, great Juno comes. I know her by her gait.
How does my Bounteous sister, go with me to bless this twain, and they may prosperous be and honored in their issue. Honor, riches, marriage, blessing, long continence and increasing. Hourly joys be still upon you. Juno sings her blessings on you.
Earth's increase, poison plenty, barns and garners never empty, vines with clustering bunches growing, plants with goodly burden bowing, spring come to you at the farthest, in the very end of harvest, scarcity and want shall shun you. Ceres' blessings is on you.
This is the most majestic vision and harmonious charmingly. May I be bold to think these spirits?
Spirits which, by mine art, I have from their confines called to enact my present fancies.
Let me live here ever, so rare a wondered father and a wise, makes this place paradise.
Sweet
Juno and
now,
Ceres whisper to send Iris on employment.
sweet now, silence. Juno and Ceres whisper seriously. There's something else to do. Hush and be mute, or else our spell is marred.
You nymphs, cold naiads of the rending brooks, with your sedge crones and ever harmless looks, leave your crisp channels, and on this green land answer your summons. Juno does command. Come, temperate nymphs, and help to celebrate a contract of true love. Be not too late. Enter certain names. You, sunburned sickleman of August weary, come hither from the furrow and be merry, make holiday. Your rise through hats put on, and these fresh nymphs encounter everyone in country footing.
Enter certain reapers, properly habited. They join with the nymphs in graceful dance, toward the end whereof Prospero starts suddenly and speaks.
I had forgot that foul conspiracy of the beast Caliban and his confederates against my life. The minute of their plot is almost come. Well done. Avoid no more.
Hmm.
With a
This is
strange, hollow, and confused noise, spirits heavily vanish.
This is strange. Your father's in some passion that works him strongly.
Never till this day saw I him touched with anger, so distempered.
You do look, my son, in a moved sort, as if you were dismayed. Be cheerful, sir. Our revels are now ended. These, our actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits, and are melted into the air, into thin air. Like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, yea, all which it inherits shall dissolve, and like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. Sir, I am vexed. Bear with my weakness. My old brain is troubled. Be not disturbed with my infirmity. If you be pleased, retire into my cell, and there repose. A turn or two I'll walk, to still my beating mind.
We wish your peace.
Come with the thought. I thank thee, Ariel. Come.
Come, thy thoughts I cleave to. What's thy pleasure?
We must prepare to meet with Caliban.
I, my commander, when I presented Ceres, I thought to have told thee of it, but I feared lest I might anger thee.
Well, say again, where didst thou leave these varlets?
I told you, sir, they were red hot with drinking, so full of valor that they smoked the air, for breathing in their faces, beat the ground, for kissing of their feet, yet always bending towards their project. Then I beat my tabor, at which, like unbacked coats, they pricked their ears, advanced their eyelids, lifted up their noses as they smelt music. So I charmed their ears that calf-like they may that my lowing followed through toothed bears, sharp furzes, pricking gorse and thorns, which entered their frail shins. At last I left them. I filthily mantled, pool beyond your cell, there dancing up to the chins that the foul lake or air stunk their feet.
This was well done, my bird. Thy shape invisible retain thou still. The trumpery in my house, go bring it hither, for stale to catch these thieves.
I go, I go.
A devil, a born devil, on whose nature nurture can never stick, on whom my pains, humanly taken, all lost, quite lost. And as with age his body uglier grows, so his mind cankers. I will plague them all, even to roaring.
Enter Ariel loaden with glistening apparel, etc.
Come hang this line.
Enter Caliban, Stefano, Trinculo, all wet, as Prospero and Ariel look on. Pray you, tread softly, that the blind mole may not hear a footfall. We are now near his cell. Go ahead, pick it up, Martin.
Monster, your fairy, which you say is a harmless fairy, has done little better than played the jack with us.
Monster, I do smell Oha's piece, at which my nose is in great indignation.
So is mine. Do you hear, monster? If I should take a displeasure against you, look you.
Thou wert better lost, monster.
Good my lord, give me thy favor still. Be patient, for the prize I bring thee to shall hoodwink this mischance. Therefore, speak softly. All's hushed as midnight yet.
Hey, but to lose our bottles in the pool.
There is not only disgrace and dishonor in that, monster, but an infinite loss.
That's more to me than my wedding. Yet this is your harmless fairy, monster.
I will fetch off my bottle, though I be o'er ears for my labor.
Prithee, my king, be quiet. Seest thou here? This is the mouth of the cell. No noise. Enter. Do that good mischief which may make this island thine own forever. And I, thy Taliban, and I, thy footlicker.
Give me thy hand. I do begin to have bloody thoughts.
Being the apparel. O King Stefano, O peer, O worthy Stefano, look what a wardrobe here is for thee.
Let it alone, you fool. It is but trash.
Oh, monster, we know what belongs to a frippery. He puts
on one of the gowns.
One of the grows. Oh, King Stefano.
Put off that gown, Trinculo. By this hand I'll have that gown.
Thy grace shall have it.
The dropsy drown this fool. What do you mean to do thus on such luggage? Let it alone, and do the murder fast. If he awake from toe to crown, he'll fill our skins with pinches, make us strange stuff.
Be you quiet, monster. Mistress Line, is this not my jerkin? Now is the jerkin under the line. Now, jerkin you, You are like to lose your hair and prove a bald jerkin.
Do. We still by line and levels, and like your grace.
I thank thee for that jest. Here's a garment for it. Wit shall not go unrewarded while I am king of this country. Steel by line and level is an excellent pass of pate. There is another garment for it.
Monster, come, put some lime upon your fingers, and away with the rest.
I will have none on't. We shall lose our time and all be turned to barnacles or to apes, with our foreheads villainous low.
Monster, lay to your fingers. Help to bear this away where my hogshead of wine is, or I'll turn you out of my kingdom. Go to, carry this.
And this.
Aye, and this.
A noise of hunters heard. Enter diverse spirits in shapes of hounds and dogs, hunting them about. Prospero and Ariel setting them on.
Hey, mountain, hey!
Silver, there it goes. Silver.
Fury, there. Tyrant there, hark there, hark.
Caliban, Stefano, and Trinculo are driven off.
Go charge my goblins that they grind their joints with dry convulsions, shorten up their sinews with aged cramps, and more pinch-spotted make them than Parquillian mountain.
Hark thy roar, hark they roar.
Let them be hunted soundly. At this hour lies at my mercy all mine enemies. Shortly shall all my labors end, and thou shalt have the air at freedom. For a little follow and do me service.
They exit. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to Act 5 of our experimental Shakespeare theater of the play The Tempest. We're about to start Act 5. We have these amazing, talented poets and writers. We have Alice, we have Sterling, we have Carolyn, we have Martin, and we have Artemis. We are so fortunate to have such fine spirits. Let us begin. Act 5, Scene 1. Enter Prospero in his magic robes and Ariel.
Now does my project gather to a head. My charms crack not, my spirits obey, and time goes upright with his carriage. How's the day?
On the 6th hour, at which time, my lord, you said our work should cease.
I did say so. When first I raised the tempest, say, my spirit, how fares the king and his followers?
Confined together in the same fashion as you gave in charge, just as you left them, all prisoners, sir, in the lime grove which weather fends your cell. They cannot budget till you release. The king, his brother, and yours abide all three distracted, and the remainder mourning over them, brimful of sorrow and dismay, but chiefly him that you termed, sir, the good old Lord Gonzalo. His tears run down his beard like winter's drops from eaves of reeds. Your charm so strongly works them, that if you now beheld them, your affections would become tender.
Dost thou think so, spirit?
Mine would, sir, were I human.
And mine shall. Hast thou, which art by air, a touch, a feeling of their affections, and shall not myself one of the kind that relish all as sharply, passion as they, be kindlier moved than thou art? Though with their high wrongs I am struck to the quick, yet with my nobler reason against my fury do I take part. The rare action is in virtue than in vengeance. They being penitent, the sole drift of my purpose doth extend not a frown further. Go release them, Ariel. My charms I'll break, their senses I'll restore, and they shall be themselves.
I'll fetch them, sir.
He exits. Prospero draws a large circle on the stage with his staff.
You elves of hills, brooks, standing lakes, and groves, and you that on the sands with pritless foot do chase the ebbing Neptune, and do fly him when he comes back, you dim-eyed puppets that by moonshine do the green sour ringlets make, whereof the yew not bites, and you whose pastime is to make midnight mushrumps that rejoice to hear the solemn curfew, by whose aid weak masters thought you, though you be, I have bedimmed the noontime sun, called forth the multinous winds, and twixt the green sea and the azured vault, set roaring war to the dread rattling thunder. Have I given fire, rifted Jove's stout oak with his own bolt? The strong, based promontory have I made shake, and by the spurs plucked up the pine and cedar, graves at my command, have waked at their sleepers, oped and let him forth by my so portent art. But this rough magic I here abjure. And when I have retired some heavenly music, which even now I do, to work mine end upon their senses, that this airy charm is for, I break my staff, bury it certain, fathoms in the earth, and deeper than did ever plummet sound, I'll drown my book.
Here enters Ariel before them. Then Alonso, with a frantic gesture, attended by Gonzalo, Sebastian, and Antonio in like manner, attended by Adrian and Francisco. They all enter the circle which Prospero has made, and there stand, charmed, which Prospero observing speaks.
A solemn air, and the best comforter to an unsettled fancy, cure thy brains. Now useless within thy skull, there stand, for you are spell stopped. Holy Gonzalo, honorable man, mine eyes even sociable to the show of thine, fall fellowy drops. The charm dissolves space, and as the morning steals upon the night, melting the darkness, so the rising senses begin to chase the ignorant fumes that mantle their cleverest reason. O good Gonzalo, my true preserver, a loyal sir, to him that followest, I will pay thy graces home, both in word and deed. Most cruelly didst thou, Alonso, use me and my daughter. My brother was a furtherer in the act. Thou pitched for the Sebastian, flesh and blood. You, brother mine, that ambition expelled remorse and nature, whom with Sebastian, whose inward pinches therefore are most strong, would have killed your king. I do forgive thee, unnatural though thou art, though understanding begins to swell, and the approaching tide will shortly fill the reasonable shore that now lies foul and muddy. Not one of them that yet looks on me or would know me, Ariel. Fetch me the hat and rapier in my cell.
Ariel exits and at once returns with Prospero's ducal robes.
I will discase me and myself present, as I was some time alone. Quickly, spirit, thou shalt ere long be free.
Where the bee sucks, there suck I. In a cowslip bell I lie. There I couch when cow owls do cry. On the bat's back I do fly. After summer merrily, merrily, merrily shall I live now, under the blossom that hangs on the bough.
Why, that's my dainty Ariel. I shall miss thee, but yet thou shalt have freedom. So, so, so. To the king's ship, invisible as thou art, there shalt thou find the mariners asleep under the hatches, the master and the boatswain being awake. Enforce them to this place, and presently, I pray thee.
I drink the air before me and return, or ere your pulse twice beat.
All torment, trouble, wonder, and amazement inhabits here. Some heavenly power guide us out of this fearful country.
Behold, Sir King, the wrong Duke of Milan Prospero, for more assurance than a living prince dost thou speak to thee. I embrace thy body,
He embraces Alonso.
and to thee and thy company I bid a hearty welcome.
Whether thou best he or no, or some enchanted trifle to abuse me, as late I have been, I know not. Thy pulse beats as of flesh and blood, and since I saw thee, the affliction of my mind amends, with which I fear a madness held me. This must crave. And if this be at all a most strange story, thy dukedom I resign, and do entreat thou pardon me my wrongs. But how should Prospero be living and be here?
First, noble friend, let me embrace thine age, whose honor cannot be measured or confined.
Whether this be or be not, I'll not swear.
You do not taste some subtleties of the isle that will let you believe certain things certain. Welcome, my friends all.
Aside to Sebastian and Antonio.
But you, my brace of lords, were I so minded, I could pluck his highness from upon you and justify you traitors. At this time, I will tell no tales.
The devil speaks in him.
No, for you, most wicked sir, whom to call brother would even infect my mouth. But I do forgive thou rankest fault, all of them, and require my dukedom of thee, which perforce I know thou must restore.
If thou best Prospero, give us particulars of thy preservation, how thou hast met us here, who 3 hours since were wrecked upon the shore where I have lost. How sharp the point of this remembrance is, my dear son Ferdinand.
I am woe for it, sir.
Irreparable is the loss, and patience says it is past her cure.
I rather think you have not sought her help, of whose soft grace for the like loss I have her sovereign aid, and the rest myself content.
You the like loss?
As great to me as late, insupportable to make the dear loss, have I means much weaker than you may call to comfort you, for I have lost my daughter.
A daughter? Oh heavens, that they were living both in Naples, the king and queen there, that they were. I wish myself were muddled in that oozy bed where my son lies. When did you lose your daughter?
In this last tempest, I perceive these lords at this encounter do much admire that they devour their reason and scarce think their eyes do offices of truth. Their words are natural breath. But howsoever you have been justled from your senses, know for certain that I am Prospero, and that very Duke which was thrust forth of Milan, who most strangely upon this shore where you were racked was landed, to be the lord on it. No more yet of this, for 'tis the chronicler of another day. By day, not a relation for a breakfast, nor befitting the first meeting. Welcome, sir. This is my cells, my court. Here I have few attendants, and subjects none abroad. Pray you, look in. My dukedom, pray you, look in my dukedom, since you have given me again. I will requite you with as good a thing as least bring forth a wonder to content you as much as me my dukedom.
Here Prospero discovers Ferdinand and Miranda playing at chess.
Sweet Lord, you play me false.
No, my dearest love, I would not for the world.
Yes, for a score of kingdoms you should wrangle, and I would call it fair play. And I'm also, if this prove a vision of the island, one dear son I shall lose twice. I shall twice lose.
A most high miracle.
Seeing Alonso coming forward.
Of a glad father compass, now all the blessings of a glad father compass thee about. Arise and say how thou campst here. Oh, wonder, how many goodly creatures are there here? How beauteous mankind is. Oh, brave new world that has such people in it.
'Tis new to thee.
What is this maid with whom thou wot'st at play? Your eldest acquaintance cannot be 3 hours. Is she the goddess that has severed us and brought us thus together?
Sir, she is mortal, but by immortal providence she's mine. I chose her when I could not ask my father for his advice, nor thought I had one. She is daughter to the famous Duke of Milan, of whom so often I have heard renown, but never saw before, of whom I have received a second life, the second father. This lady makes him to me.
I am hers, but oh, how oddly will it sound that I must ask my child forgiveness.
There, sir, stop. Let us not burden our remembrances with a heaviness that's gone.
I have inly wept, or should have spoke ere this. Look down, you gods, and on this couple drop a blessed crown, for it is you that have chalked forth the way which brought us hither.
I say, Amen, Gonzalo.
Was Milan thrust from Milan, that this issue should become king of Naples? Oh, rejoice beyond a common joy, and set it down with gold on lasting pillars. In one voyage did Claribel her husband find at Tunis, and Ferdinand her brother found a wife where he himself was lost? Prospero his dukedom in a poor isle, and all of us when no man was his own.
Give me your hands. Let grief and sorrow still embrace his heart that doth not wish you joy.
Be it so. Amen. Enter Ariel with master and boatswain amazedly following. Be it so. Amen. Oh, Luxa, Luxa, here is more fuss. I prophesy, if a gallows were on land, this fellow could not drown. Now, blasphemy, that swear'st grace o'er board, and not an oath on shore, hast thou no mouth by land? What is the news?
The best news is that we have safely found our king and company. The next, our ship, which but 3 glasses since we gave our split, is tight and yare and bravely rigged as when we first put out to sea.
Sir, all this service have I done since I went.
Ah, my tricksy spirit.
These are not natural events. They strengthen from strange to stranger. Say, how come you hither?
If I did think, sir, I were well awake, I'd strive to tell you. We were dead of sleep, and how we know not, all clapped under hatches, where but even now, with strange and several noises of roaring, shrieking, howling, jingling chains, and more diversity of sounds, all horrible, we were awaked, straightway at liberty, where we in all her trim freshly beheld our royal, good, and gallant ship, our master capering to eye her. On a trice, so please you, even in a dream we were divided from them, and were brought moping hither.
Was it well done?
Bravely, my diligence, thou shalt be free.
This is as strange a maze as e'er men trod, and there is in this business more than nature was ever conductive. Some oracle must rectify our knowledge.
Sir, my liege, do not infest your mind with beating on the strangeness of this business. At picked leisure, which shall be shortly, single I'll resolve you, which to you shall of every these happened incidents, to when be cheerful and think of each thing well. Come hither, spirit, set Caliban and his companions free, untie the spells. How fares my gracious sir? There are yet missing of your company some few odd lads that you remember not.
Enter Ariel, driving in Caliban, Stefano, and Trinculo in their stolen apparel.
Every man shift for all the rest, and let no man take care for himself, for all is but fortune. Coraggio, bully monster, coraggio.
If these be true spies which I wear in my head, here's a goodly sight.
O Setibus, these be brave spirits indeed. How fine my master is! I am afraid he will chastise me.
Ha ha! What things are these, my lord Antonio? Will money buy 'em? Very like. One of them is a plain fish, and no doubt marketable.
Mark but the badges of these men, my lords. Then say if they be true. This misshapen knave, his mother was a witch, and one so strong that could control the moon, make flows and ebbs, and deal in her command without her power. These three have robbed me, and this demi-devil, for he's a bastard one, had plotted with them to take my life. Two of these fellows you must know and own. The thing of darkness, I acknowledge mine.
I shall be pinched to death.
Is not this Stefano, my drunken butler?
He is drunk now. Where had he wine?
Antricolo is reeling ripe. Where should they find this grand liquor that hath gilded them? How comest thou in this pickle?
I have been in such a pickle since I saw you last that I fear me will never out of my bones. I shall not fear fly blowing.
Why, how now, Stefano?
Oh, touch me not. I am not Stefano, but a cramp.
You'd be king of the isle, sirrah.
Oh, touch no. I have not I have been a sore one then.
Oh, this is as strange a thing as e'er I looked on.
He is disproportioned in his manners as in his shape. Go, sirrah, to my cell. Take with you your companions. As you look to have my pardon, trim it handsomely.
Aye, that I will, and I'll be a wise hereafter, and seek for grace. What a thrice double ass was I, to take this drunkard for a god, and worship this dull fool.
Go to, away!
Hence, and bestow your luggage where you found it.
Or stole it, rather.
Sir,
Caliban, Stefano, and Trinculo exit.
sir, I invite your highness and your train to my poor cell, where you shall take your rest for this one night, which part of it I'll waste with such discourse as, I doubt not, shall make it go quick away. The story of my life, and the particular accidents gone by since I came to this isle. And in the morn, I'll bring you to your ship, and so to Naples, where I have hoped to see the nuptial of these our dear beloved solemnized, and thence retire me to my Milan, where every third thought shall be my grave.
I long to hear the story of your life, which must take the ear strangely.
I'll deliver it all, and promise you calm seas, auspicious gales, and sail so expeditious that shall catch your royal fleet far off. My Ariel chick, that is thy charge. Then to the elements, be free, and fare thou well. Please you, draw near.
They all exit.
Now my charms are all overthrown, and what strength I have is mine own, which is most faint. Now 'tis true, I must be here confined by you, or sent to Naples. Let me not, since I have my dukedom got, and pardon the deceiver, dwell in this bare island by your spell. But release me from my bands, with help of your good hands. Gentle breath of yours my sails must fill, or else my tragic fails. Which was to please, now I want spirits to enforce, art to enchant. My ending is despair, unless I be relieved by prayer, which pieces so that it assaults mercy itself, and frees all vaults. As you from crimes would pardoned be, let your indulgence set me free.
Thank you all. Thank you all. It has been such a pleasure. I can't thank you enough, my good friends. I will let you all know when I get this thing edited and posted. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It has been a real pleasure to be with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Rick.
Yes.
Great job, everyone. Great job.
Yeah.
Very
Thanks.
good job.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot. Have a wonderful evening, wonderful day, etc., etc.
All
Hope
right.
to see
Enjoyed
hope to
it.
see some of you on Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Okay.
Okay.
Veterans Day.
Great
Bye-bye.
job, Sister
Yeah.
Cousin.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Funny.
Bye-bye.